In the eyes of Changfeng, his reputation, the face of the Su family can be thrown to ditch only by himself, but no one else has this privilege. The decision to betray Ruoli was made by him. Although he finally forced Xin to come out, but the reputation of the Su family was lost because of him. Instead of doing any self-examination, he only allowed the state officials to set fire to them. Let the people light up the lamps. Even if Leona still did not divorce Xin, the marriage between her and Xin was such that Xin derailed first. They cannot say she just wanted to buy the old house where Changying lived, even if she also was with Xin at that time. The Su family absolutely did not qualify to accuse her. However, in the eyes of Mr. Su, he did not think so. He felt that although his son had derailed first, Leona, as the daughter-in-law of the Su family, would definitely not do anything that would damage the face of the family. Now, Leona went to Orus Hill to cherish Changying's memory, and even bid for Changying's former residence. In Changfeng's view, this was definitely reaching out to hit the face of Su's family. So, in any case, he wants her completely dispel this idea. Xin was also helpless at this time. He knew Leona too well and knew that he had no way to persuade her to turn around, but he didn't dare to directly disobey the old man's meaning, so he had no choice but to agree and said, "Dad, I will talk to Leona on the phone. I will persuade her to dispel this idea." With that said, Xin added, "If you still don't listen to my advice, then I don't have any choice." Changfeng shouted coldly, "When you call her, you must tell her clearly that this is not only what you mean, but also what I mean. If she doesn't put you, as the husband in her eyes, she must at least do it for me." What kind of reputation the father-in-law can carry after this act of her? Xin had to agree and said, "I know, Dad, I will tell her." Changfeng snorted coldly, "Do this as soon as possible." After speaking, he immediately hung up the phone. Xin heard the busy tone on the phone, feeling very upset. He remained silent for about 5 minutes before unlocking the phone and calling Leona, who was far away in Orus Hill. Leona saw Xin's call. Although she didn't want to answer the call, she still pressed the answer button and asked, "Is there anything wrong?" Xin hesitated for a moment and then said, "Leona, Dad called me just now. He was very unhappy about your trip to Orus Hill." Leona asked, "Why is he unhappy when I come to Orus Hill?" Xin said in a cold voice, "Aren't you asking knowingly? Do you know that the entire East Cliff City knows about your visit to Orus Hill? They all know that you have gone to Orus Hill to cherish Changying's memory, and they also know that you want to buy Changying's residence, his old mansion." Leona said indifferently, "Where I want to go is my freedom, and what I want to buy is also my freedom. Whom I want to cherish in my heart, whom I want to hate is my choice. Let alone the entire East Cliff City knows it, even if entire China knows it. I have a clear conscience." "You?" Xin asked angrily, "Can't you think about Dad while taking such an action? How will he face it when someone mentions his daughter-in-law remembering another man in front of him?" Leona asked him, neither humble nor overbearing, "Xin, do you think about it for my dad? When someone mentions his son-in-law in front of him, there is a 20-year-old illegitimate daughter outside, what is he supposed to say? What kind of mood he will be in?" Xin was speechless immediately. He knew that it was impossible for him to convince Leona on this issue, because what he did was 100 times, 1,000 times, or even 10,000 times worse than Leona. So, he was silent for a long time and sighed, "Hey, Leona, I didn't want to call you about this, mainly because Dad was very angry and called me, so that I have to persuade you to give up anyway the participation in the judicial auction next Monday. You know Dad very well. To avoid unnecessary trouble, I advise you not to participate." After hearing this, Leona said earnestly, "Xin, I ask you to take care of the husband and wife matter. Authorize your lawyer to proceed with the divorce procedure. After the divorce, your Su family no longer needs to worry about what I want to do. What you do has nothing to do with your Su family." Xin said decisively, "I will not agree to the divorce for the time being. I will talk about it when I return to China." Leona said calmly, "Well, in that case, please don't call me again. When you are willing to get a divorce, please contact my lawyer directly." After saying this, Leona directly hung up. Zin was once again hanging on the other side of the phone. At this time, he was extremely angry in his heart. He directly slammed the phone to the ground, smashed to pieces, and yelled, "Leona! I just don't understand, what is so good about Changying? Let you remember him for so many years. Don't you forget, he never chosen you from start to finish. He has been giving up on you, and he has given up on you until his death." Just as he was furious, the servant quickly walked over with a mobile phone and said carefully, "Master's phone." Zin realized that he had already smashed the phone. He had to take the call from the servant, suppressed his anger, and said, "Dad, what do you want?" Changfeng asked coldly, "Why can't I get through on the phone?" Zin had to lie. "There was a problem with my phone and it turned off automatically." Changfeng didn't look into it anymore, but eagerly asked him, "Have you communicated with Leona?" Zin hurriedly said, "I talked to her." Changfeng asked, "What did she say?" Zin said helplessly, "Dad, I'm sorry, Leona is very dissatisfied with my cheating on her back, so she won't listen to what I say now." Changfeng was immediately furious, and gritted his teeth and cursed, "Waste. What a waste. A waste that even can't control a woman." After speaking, he once again rudely hung up the phone. This was Zin's third call that was hung up in just 10 minutes. He has been out of anger. At the moment when he was almost about to smash the phone in his hand, his whole figure was suddenly taken aback, and then suddenly relaxed. He threw the phone to the servant, got up, walked up the stairs, and returned to his room. On the way upstairs, he murmured, "Leona, the old man is far away from me, who can speak well. Since you don't want to give him a face, I don't care about anything in the future." At this moment, Eastcliffe's family. Changfeng was equally angry. Leona insisted on participating in the judicial auction next Monday, which made him very annoyed. However, he is also very clear in his heart that in this situation, he hopes to persuade Leona, fearing that it is not useful at all. At this moment, Shoud said, "Dad, maybe let's find some relationship and let Oruz Hill cancel this auction." "Cancelled?" Changfeng asked him back, "Can it be cancelled for a while? Can it be cancelled for a lifetime?" Now Eastcliff is talking about it everywhere, and many people are paying attention to this auction. If people know that we are using this to prevent Leona from buying this old house, they will even laugh more. Shoud asked anxiously, "Dad, what should I do? The auction will start the day after tomorrow." Changfeng nodded and said coldly, "Let's clarify the relationship secretly, and move this auction from the internet to physical. I'd like to see if she can really afford to go and participate in the auction." Shoud blurted out, "Dad, this can't be done." "What if she does go?" "In my opinion, she will go." Changfeng's eyes flashed fiercely, and he sneered, "If she really doesn't know how to cooperate, then don't blame me for being cruel. You should be very clear about how Princess Diana died."